Welcome to NBA Unplugged with Kevin Hart. Guys, we are back, and of course, we are back with a doozy. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. We got the Boston Celtics, the Indiana Pacers, and what is now Game 4, also an elimination game. Hopefully, the Pacers do their job and prolong the series, or will Boston Celtics do their job and put the nail in the coffin? Only time will tell. Before we get into the teams that are playing today, let's talk about my team. We got my man Harry Ratchford in the building, a.k.a. Bucket Low. Not a game should be played without this man's insight. We also got my man William Horton, a.k.a. Spank. He's in the building. The man not only knows the game, but he knows how to think while talking about it as well. Guys, talking basketball is what we do, and doing it with this live audience is what we will do tonight. It's about the Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers. Before we kick it off and before the jump ball, who are you picking tonight, Spank? Starting with you.
We're going with Boston. We're going with Boston. Sweet.
Boston's going to end it.
Boston's going to end it. I do want to make it perfectly clear that before this series started, I called sweep. And when we were here during Game 1 of the series, I said, and I quoted, this game or this series would end in a sweep going in Boston's direction.
I don't think you said
well,
that.
you can easily, we have producers, they can go back and find it.
Let's find that, please.
When it comes to talking basketball, talking it well is what I do.
You said 5 games, I said 6 games. Harry said sweep.
No, I said sweep.
Okay, all right.
Do you understand this is why we have producers?
You're right. Well,
okay, we can go back and easily get it.
Easily.
And it doesn't mean that it has to happen. This game still has to be played.
Right.
I'm just saying that if it does, I called it.
It's going to be tough for the Pacers. No Halliburton.
Yeah, but they was up 20 last game without Halliburton.
They played great basketball last game. I think the biggest thing about last game was the blow of the Celtics taking their best punch, right? The Celtics took their best punch. They never really laid down. They stayed in striking distance and ended up taking the game. So to any team, that's ultimately a big blow. It's a big confidence blow. You're so authentic. You're so who you are. And like we're talking about the game of basketball, you talk about it with such a passion, especially when it comes to talking about the way these young cats play the game. And some of you feel like have tapped into the level that they're supposed to, and some have achieved the success that you feel they're supposed to. Some haven't. Looking at the playoffs now, when we talk about Jason Tatum and we talk about Jalen, do you feel like now they're finally stepping up in meeting the conversation of great duos, et cetera, that some felt they weren't meeting in the earlier seasons, especially the postseasons where they dropped off a little bit?
I think they are, Kev. And out of all the young guys, they have the most experience out of anybody. They've been to finals. They've been to Eastern Conference finals. They've been in a bunch of playoff series against different teams in Miami and Milwaukee. They're the most battle-tested out of all the young boys. And I think it's their time. I think it's the Celtic time. They have an unbelievable team. They are steamrolling through the playoffs, and they're making it look easy. Indiana's giving them their best, but I think the Celtics is just too much, man. I really feel like it's the Celtics time, man. It's the Celtics time right now.
Now, when you say that, if it isn't, or if it doesn't happen this season, what does that mean for the front office? Does that mean we got to make real big changes, or does that mean that we stick and stay with what we have and we stay patient because we're getting closer?
I think you stay patient with this group. I think if they don't win this year, I think you look at it, and if you can add on to it to make it better, then you do. But the Celtics have a lot, man. They have easily 5 weapons with Porzingis that you have to actually put focus on. You know, Derek White and Holiday, no better two guard tandem. Obviously, I would put Kyrie and Luka probably in front of that, but no better 2 defensively, no better 2 guards this year playing side by side. The Celtics are a very, very deep team and are expected to win. So if they don't win this year, it's in the years to come. They're teed up and they're prepared, and the way their team is built, they're ready to win now.
Well, KG, look, I can't let you just say something like, look, they're prepared and this year is the year, and it should be them. You're in quite the pickle, right? I mean, like, you're talking about the Celtics, and at one point there was a conversation of Minnesota. Now, Minnesota has been getting worked, and because of that, okay, the conversation of being in the finals isn't as dominant as it once was. But even if it does go Dallas-Boston, it's not an easy walk through those two that have seemed to gel at the highest level right now. I will say that arguably the conversation of great basketball at this level is attached to Kyrie and Luka. So going into it, we're possibly looking at one of the best tandem pairings in the NFL Finals ever.
It'd be fireworks.
If I could say. Because I would say, KG, back to your time, when you talk about, you know, the Lakers, you talk about the Celtics, we weren't looking at a 2-on-2 tandem pairing of greatness back then. We looked at a big team that had a lot of weapons, and it was a team concept. We're looking at two teams that have two individuals that we say are going to be ball dominant, and if they don't show up, we don't win. So with that being said, is it an easy walk in the finals if it's Boston, Dallas? Or is it a hell of a goddamn, if we don't get it done, we lost it? Like, is it one of those where you got to take that and you got to know it lives with you, it dies with you? Because that's how I feel about this series coming up. Not to look past Indiana.
I feel like nothing's going to be easy at this point. Nothing. You know, whether Dallas gets there, whether the Celtics get there, it's going to be, this is the top of the top. So you expect it to be, you know, what it's going to be. I'll say this. I don't know if, I mean, you still had Shaq and Cole back in my time, and you had Robinson and Duncan. So you had tandems, you know, Drexler, Olajuwon. You know, I can sit here and just think of tandems, but no, I've never seen a two-headed monster like Dallas. Like, it's almost like you go, I go. You go, I go. And then when you trap me, I make such a great play that you have to go back to playing me single. And listen, shout out to Dallas. Shout out to Jason Kidd, who was probably one of the most underrated point guards in our history. He has 2 point guards that he can actually live through. And when I watched Kyrie play, I can almost see J. Kidd's influence. You know, Kyrie's confident. He's putting him in spots where he's isolated, where he can be unbelievable, right? And then I see Luka with the no-look lobs like J. Kidd used to throw. I'm seeing J. Kidd's imprint on the both of them. And I haven't seen a tandem like this that goes, you go, I go, you go, I go, I go, you go. I haven't seen that in a very long time like this.
I'm talking about none other than USC guard JuJu Watkins. JuJu! Welcome to NBA Unplugged.
JuJu Watkins.
You are here with Harry and Spank.
That's right.
We cannot wait to talk basketball with you. What's going on with you?
Thank you guys for having me. Nothing much, just been in the gym.
Thank you, JuJu. Thank you for coming on the show. Oh, off the back. You hear? Well, talking about working right now. Off the back. JuJu, I think I want to start it off by saying, you know, right now you're seeing the Celtics play great basketball. We've been witnessing Dallas play great basketball. We got 2 teams that are on the verge of getting sweeps done. Do you have a pick right now for the NBA Finals?
I'm going to go with the Mavericks. I feel like they're going to take it all this year. So. I'm a big Kyrie.
Mavericks. I like your choice.
Yeah.
I like the choice. I like the choice. Let's shift gears for a second right now. I'm loving the conversation attached to women's basketball. The progression over the past year to 2 years has been phenomenal. And I know, you know, not only women playing the sport, but fans on the outside are definitely seeing it being uplifted. How do you feel about the conversation and just the business overall that's attached to women's basketball? Do you personally see and feel it? Does it make you more excited, you know, for the years to come? Just tell me what your stance is on where the game is at currently.
Yeah, it's definitely so exciting. I mean, just to see the crowds we're getting, the support, the media attention. I mean, it's it just inspires me to keep working harder, and the attention is very well deserved. I mean, so many great players in the W and in college right now on the women's side, and we're all just killing it, honestly. So I'm excited to see how well my peers and I do.
Well, you should be excited. I mean, look, you're a freshman, and your freshman year was unbelievable. A phenomenal run you had, you know, going really, really deep into the March Madness of it all. You know, you're talking about coming back. You're talking about having different goals. Like, what do you want from college basketball? Tell me what you and your team discussed after taking a tough loss, you know, after getting to that Elite Eight, you know, that Elite Eight space. Like right now, was that a make or break time for you guys? Did it make you guys want more and want to do more? And as a leader for that team, how did you set the tone and get everybody to have the right perspective coming into the next season?
Yeah, I mean, it was just so much fuel. I mean, I'm so motivated by the loss. I mean, it was definitely something for me to reflect on, for the team to reflect on. We had a great year. We had a run. But at the end of the day, it's about what's next. And I mean, it's just fuel to the fire for us. They want to get a national championship because that's always the goal.
Goodness gracious, look at her stats. JuJu, you know, Spank played basketball as well, and I want you to hear Spank's average. Spank, what did you average throughout your career?
What are you saying, high school or college? What
Well, go either one, Spank.
Either one.
You can pick
Add them
either
together.
one.
It was about 2 or 3 points a game.
Nice.
About 2 or 3 points
Nice.
a game. Yeah.
I just want you to know that, JuJu,
He's a bucket getter.
just in case you are unaware of how good you're doing, I want you to compare it to some people that really think that they played the game at a very high level. JuJu, I told you guys I had the pleasure of going to go see her play. Yeah. I sat courtside, and I watched people not only like show up to support, I watched people truly embrace their new star and embrace the idea that USC women's basketball was going to reach new heights. JuJu, when I left that game, how did you feel? Did you feel more motivated after I came?
With you?
Yeah, because I was there courtside, and I was cheering her on the whole
There was
time.
bigger celebrities courtside to see her play.
Not that day. Not that day. So, JuJu, did you leave a little like, whoa, this is crazy?
Yeah, they were playing Pepperdine. You could have got better tickets than Pepperdine.
Hey, you need to shut your mouth.
I was just saying, I mean, whenever the great Kevin Hart comes to a game, I mean, you know, you gotta make sure you do well. So I had to make sure I showed up.
It was a get.
JuJu, be honest, it was better when LeBron came. It was better when Drake came. Kev was just okay. It's all right. You can say that. He was just okay.
He came to the Pepperdine game.
Well, you shut up. You guys are.
You know, the art teacher doubles as the girls' head coach.
JuJu, we're not going to let this take away from the amazing conversation that we're having. I want to say this to you. You know, I mentioned it earlier when I just said I'm so excited to see what you're going to bring to the table next season. To think that you're only a freshman is insane. More importantly, the influence, right? Like as Spank just said, he talked about Drake coming to the game. He talked about myself coming to the game. A slew of other stars. Chris Brown has been to the game. I mean, when I tell you, like, the culture's just been so in tune with not only what you're doing, but at the level that you're playing at. The influence that I feel that you're going to further bring to the WNBA when that time presents itself is outstanding. Are you already thinking about the impact that you're having on college basketball that you could possibly have in the WNBA at that time? Or right now, is it just solely basketball and basketball only?
Yeah. It just, you know, it helps me stay focused, to stay present and in the moment. So that's what I model myself on. And I think when it's all said and done, I'll get to finally reflect and realize how far women's basketball has come, and hopefully how much I've contributed to it. So,
Now,
So, JuJu,
Go
and
Spank.
let me ask, who do you marry your game behind? If it was someone in the WNBA that you watch and you married your game after, who would that be?
I feel like she saw me play a lot.
No, she didn't see you play a lot. She didn't.
She saw me play a
Celebrity games
lot.
don't count.
Is there any? Do I have any influence, JuJu? Or?
I try to be. I guess I model kind of my like comedic style a little bit from Kevin. He's very funny. So,
How excited are you for New York Knicks basketball in the future? I mean, after seeing this run, after seeing these guys really, really pull together and become the team that the world got to see as well, just what is your feeling of the future?
I'm excited, man. You know, it's my 5th season being a Knick, and you know, I was here when we was winning 15 games, and you know, we were coming, you know, scratch and claw from the bottom. You know, to see where we at now, and you know, to understand, you know, the potential of our team, the opportunity that we got. I'm excited. You know, so it just motivates me to, you know, head into the off season and really get to work.
Talking about the offseason, we can't talk about the offseason, of course, without talking about the postseason. And although right now you're not in it, we are watching because we all love the game of basketball. You know, seeing the Celtics play like they've been playing, you know, I mean, they're really gelling. And at the same time, seeing the Dallas Mavericks gel, you know, what are your projections for the NBA Finals this season? Who do you see in it, and who do you see winning it?
I mean, it looks like Boston, Dallas. But, I mean, I like Dallas, man. You know, just for me, I look at, you know, how a team is playing, you know, timing of things. And, you know, Dallas, they just look like a great team. They really got it rolling. They look like they really like playing for one another. You know, they help each other out there. They just look like a team, man. And, I mean, I think a lot of that goes to Luka, obviously, but Kyrie, man, I think his spirit has really rubbed off on that team, and they all playing for each other.
We talked earlier just about the 1-2 combinations in the NBA, and Harry and Spank, you guys can help me more with this. But we were just talking about the Jaylen Brown, the Jason Tatum, and that's how the conversation attached to them of old was just negative. Of just like, are these guys going to get it done? Are they going to keep these guys together? They're going to have to blow the team up, etc. But it seems like they're gelling more and more as the postseason continues. So when we talk about the possibility of a Celtics and Dallas, you know, meetup, I mean, do you see this 1-2 combination from both sides being one for like the record books? Because I don't think the game has ever seen this in the finals.
I mean, we saw Kyrie, Braun, Steph, Clay. Like, we done seen like some good finals recently. I mean, we seen D-Wade. Yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be tough, man, because all of these guys, those 4 guys, are extremely skilled. They play at extremely high level, you know, make extremely difficult shots, and they have high basketball IQ. You know, so typically I feel like it's going to come down to everybody else. You know, it's going to come down to the Drew Holidays, you know, the Derek Whites for Boston, and, you know, the P.J. Washington and those guys. So we'll see. You know, ain't nothing about to happen.
No, it's the NBA. It's the NBA. It's all pushing, no action. That's what the NBA.
Talk.
The NBA should stand for
what you
all
gonna do out
pushing,
there,
no
Kev?
action. That's it.
You buy action out there,
listen,
Kev?
all you gotta do is ask about me. Come on, man. You go to my church league footage. Look, I'm the first one to throw hands. I'm the first one. That's why they had to ban me. Harry, they banned me from the league.
You gotta chill, bro.
I'm just telling you what it is.
They're 7 foot out there, Kev.
Well, they 7 foot. Listen, don't think we didn't have big pastors. We was the only church with a 7'2" pastor. Yeah, ain't another church. And another church in the East Coast that had a pastor that big.
He played in hard bottom shoes.
Yeah, he played in hard bottoms. I told you that. I told you that.
Did he have wheels on the bottom of his shoes?
No, I told y'all that. I told y'all about our
Played in Stacey Adams.
Listen, Julius, you got to help settle a debate, all right? Right now, okay, there was a physical altercation, so they got a little dead space. So I'm going to ask you this question. We're having a hard debate. The debate is, do we feel like Drew Holiday is a Hall of Fame point guard? I'm going to tell you my stance. I said that he is. I said that Drew has won a championship. He has an amazing defensive presence that has an amazing abundance of defensive accomplishments, and is an NBA All-Star. If we were to go and say it's all said and done for him today, would you say that he has the makeup of a Hall of Fame point guard in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you gonna ask me? I'm a little biased, man, because I played with Drew for a year, and Drew was one of my favorite teammates I've ever played with in my career. So I'm gonna be a little biased and say yes. But I mean, if you want to just talk about actual accomplishments and like winning and what sets him apart, you know what I mean? He got All-Stars, obviously, like you said. He got championship, competing for another one. He got an Olympic gold medal, competing for another one this summer. Multiple all-defensive teams. Like, dude, he's a beast. You know, from that guard position, you ask anybody in the league who's the hardest player to go against, I guarantee you Drew's going to be at the top of a lot of people's list. So, and it's been like that for a while.
So, Julius, I just want to make this very clear. So what you're saying is that Harry's wrong. Is that what you're saying,
Yeah, Drew
Julius?
Hall of Famer.
Are you saying that Harry's
He
wrong?
also said he's biased.
Yeah.
He also prefaced it by saying he might be
But then he also went down a slew of stats attached to that man.
I'm biased.
Last one
I'm
to
biased.
settle this debate, Julius, because
He a Hall of Famer.
Well, let me just ask you this: what makes him one of your favorite persons to play with? Because you played with him. Like, what made him one of your favorite people to play with?
well, he definitely just explained it, John. He ran down a
Because
list
he can affect.
said
Because
he's a
he
great teammate
affects.
and he won.
That's what I want to
He
hear him
affects
say.
winning. He affects winning. Like, he can.
That's what I want to hear
Like,
him
you
say.
look at that last game. Look at the last game and how they won that last game.
Like I don't know how many points he had, but he does things like he does at the end of the game.
It wasn't about the points. It was about that stop that he made at the end of the game.
Exactly. Exactly. He's been doing that his whole career, but and he can go get you 30, 40. But he don't have to affect
You know, Julius, when you talk to NBA greats like yourself, you have to set the stage for them just to make good points. So another point was made in our debate. You got to keep in mind, we're basketball fans, so we don't have the knowledge that you guys have. Let me correct that. They don't have the knowledge that you guys have.
You got it.
I agree with you, Cam.
No, I'm saying as an NBA great. Like, y'all don't share NBA success.
I
share NBA success. So here's
celebrity?
See, I didn't have to say that. He knew that. You see that? He knows that stat. You understand that?
The fans pick it.
That's exclusive.
The fans pick it.
Everybody know that. Everybody knows
yes.
Hall of Famer, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, he makes plays.
He makes not right now.
Not right now.
Not a Hall of Famer.
He's not right now, but he makes clutch plays.
He said it was over.
The Philadelphia 76ers should never got rid of Jrue Holiday.
That's off. That's a terrible shot.
Terrible shot, Jay. But guess what? Jrue Holiday. Wait a minute. Hey, Cam, what's today?
Jrue Holiday.
What's today?
It's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
Look at that. Game over, bro.
Wow.
It's a
Game
holiday.
over.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Get the broom, John.
Wait a minute.
Hey, John.
I've been having this here.
Hey, John, do me a favor. Tell Harry to put the money down he owed me and sweep it to me.
Let's sweep that on over there.
Just said you didn't bet.
Let's get on over there. I just wanted to make sure that we was able to get that out there. So
Usher, this was not supposed to happen. The fact that it happened is a big deal. NBA Unplugged with Kevin Hart, the Plastic Cup Boys. My guy Usher just popped up on me just because. Spank Horton popped up on me just because.
Spank.
Boston Celtics got to sweep. The question is,
hey, who are we?
Will Dallas?
Who are we?
Plastic Cup Boys, you.
No, I'm just saying. You said everybody
Allow
else.
me to take a seat.
I said it 3 times.
You didn't say my name. What's my name?
I said the Plastic Cup Boys.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
John Clausell, a.k.a.
Thank you.
Pokemon. You see his shirt.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, though. Hey, y'all got to chill. Let me ask y'all this, though. Who has more pressure to win the title? The Celtics or the Mavericks? Because right now history shows that the Mavericks is going to be in it.
Celtics, easy.
I don't think that there's pressure. And
No, it's pressure.
I'm trying to answer your question. I don't think there's
After last
pressure
year,
to win the
definitely.
title. Here's why. They both are now in a exciting NBA Finals, where the world is excited to see these matchups, especially because of the 2-on-2. Now, for Jalen and Tatum, they've been here before, so they got more experience. But you can't go and you can't count out the whole Luka and Kyrie. They got tons of experience there too. It's a very evenly matched
So
NBA
who is
Finals.
the pressure on?
I don't think there's pressure.
It has to be.
No, nobody's looking at one like they're dominating the other.
No, it's not about that. First of all, the Celtics has been there for the past 6 years. So the pressure's on them.
The Eastern Conference is
And not only that, not to cut you off.
We are a weaker conference.
But not to cut you off. They had the best
record, though.
They had the best record in the NBA.
We're on the East.
In the NBA, they played everybody.
The New York Knicks were second. Guys, I want to thank all of our guests for coming on. All right. Not only do I want to thank all our guests, I want to thank JuJu. I want to thank KG. I want to thank Julius. I want to thank Brian. I want to thank my brother Ursh for coming on. Plastic Cup Boys, my guy John.
Cheers, y'all.
Harry, Spank. Guys, there is no NBA Unplugged without great
Cheers, y'all.
relationships and great conversationships. More importantly, a great audience.